one of the etiquettes that the Prophet used to do, alayhi salam, and teaches us to do, is that whenever you want to go to bed, the sunnah is that you sweep your bed with the inside of your garment, because you don't know what came after you on it, whether it's bed bugs or the jinn or the devils. So you sweep it with the inside of your garment to follow the sunnah of the Prophet alayhi salatu wasalam. And once you're on your bed, you start to say the adhkar of bedtime. Among them is cupping your hands, blowing, then reciting the last three qul. Surah Al-Ikhlas, Surah Al-Falaq, Surah Al-Nas. قل هو الله أحد قل أعوذ برب الفلق قل أعوذ بالناس. Then you wipe your entire body as you can. Then you cup it again, you blow, and then you recite the set again, and you wipe. And then you cup, blow, recite, and third time you wipe. And Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam used to often order his companions, relatives, and loved ones to observe the adhkar of going to bed. Like in the previous hadith we mentioned of Al-Bara ibn Azib, likewise in the hadith of Fatima and Ali, may Allah be pleased with them, when he instructed them to say Subhanallah 33 times, Alhamdulillah 33 times, Allahu Akbar 34 times before going to bed. And he told them that this would give you energy better than having a servant in your home. And the Prophet himself, alayhi salatu wasalam, used to recite Surah Tabarak, Surah Al-Mulk. And we know that these 30 verses of the Quran will intercede for you, will prevent you from being tormented in your grave with the grace of Allah. And he used to recite Surah Al-Kafirun, قُلْ يَا أَيُّهَا الْكَافِرُونَ. And sometimes he used to recite Surah Al-Isra and Surah Al-Zumar. And these take a lot of time. But it shows you that going to bed is not a normal thing. Rather, it is a form of worship that our Prophet used to do, alayhi salatu wasalam. Now, if we were to compare apple to apple, how do we go to bed every single night? Do we follow these rituals? Do we perform wudu? Do we lie on our right hand side? Do we face the qibla? Do we say the adhkar? Do we cup our hands and blow and then wipe our bodies 3 times? Do we recite Ayat al-Kursi? Do we recite the last 2 verses of Surah Al-Baqarah as instructed by the Prophet ﷺ? So many things that we fail miserably to follow the sunnah of our role model. And this shows you the distance between us and him if we were to enter paradise. I know the vast majority of you hearing this would say, is it mandatory, Sheikh? Is it wajib? Of course not. The answer is no. So a lot of you would shrug their shoulders and say, okay, if it's not mandatory, I'm not going to do it. And in reply, we would say, okay, if you're not interested in going to the highest level of paradise, then don't do it. It's all depending on how enthusiastic you are, how interested, how serious you are. The more effort you put in a business, most likely the more income you will get. And the less effort, the most likely your business will fail and be ruined. Don't do this with your hereafter. He's your role model. He was sent to us for a purpose, and that is to follow his footsteps. So do your level best to follow him, and when you go to bed tonight, try your level best to follow these steps, and inshallah, Allah will make me and you among those to be resurrected under his flag. هذا والله أعلم ونسبة العلم إليه أسلم.